After 24 years of marriage, I thought I knew my wife, Amina, better than anyone. We raised 2 kids, built a home, and survived life's ups and downs together. But everything came crashing down when she came home one night, quiet and distant. 2 weeks later, she confessed she had tested positive for an STD. My heart stopped. I demanded answers, but she couldn't even look me in the eye. That's when she admitted the unthinkable. One reckless night with a stranger had destroyed everything we'd built. I couldn't believe the woman I loved had betrayed me like this. I sat there, numb, staring at the floor as her words echoed. In my mind, 24 years reduced to ashes because of one careless decision. It was just one night, she whispered, as if that made it better. I felt anger boiling inside me, but beneath the rage was a deeper pain. The loss of trust, the destruction of something sacred. I had sacrificed so much for our marriage, given her everything, and this was how she repaid me. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every memory, every promise we made felt like a cruel joke, mocking my blind faith in her. The next morning, I confronted her fully. "Who is he?" I demanded, my voice cold and steady. She shook her head, tears streaming down her face. "I don't even know his name," she admitted, and somehow that made it worse. A drunken mistake, she claimed, but one that carried permanent consequences. I told her to leave the house until I could think clearly. The kids, now in their late teens, sensed something was wrong, but I couldn't find the words to explain yet. I felt betrayed, humiliated, and furious. But most of all, I felt like I'd lost myself completely. I went to the doctor the next day, terrified I'd caught the same STD. Sitting in that cold clinic waiting for results was the longest hour of my life. When the doctor finally said, I was clear, relief washed over me, but it was immediately replaced by pure rage. She'd gambled not just with our marriage, but with my health and my life. That night, I looked at her across the room, and all I saw was a stranger. 24 years meant nothing now. I realized in that moment that our marriage wasn't just broken, it was dead beyond repair. When I told my mother-in-law, hoping for support, she shocked me by defending Amina. "She made a mistake," she said softly, "but you can't throw away 24 years over one night." Her words cut deep. I wasn't the one who threw anything away. Amina did, but it seemed everyone expected me to forgive and move on like nothing happened. That night, Amina begged me to stay and fix things, but I couldn't even look at her. I started sleeping in the guest room, eating alone, and focusing entirely on my work. Something inside me had snapped forever. I tried to shield our children from the truth, but secrets have a way of spilling out. One evening, my daughter overheard an argument between us and confronted me directly. "Dad, did Mom cheat?" she asked softly. I nodded, unable to speak. Her tears broke me in a way Amina's betrayal hadn't. My son refused to talk to her entirely, slamming his bedroom door and locking himself in for hours. Watching my kids' pain fueled my resolve. I couldn't let this betrayal define us. I decided then and there that I'd rebuild my life, no matter how long it took. A month later, I filed for divorce. Amina cried, screamed, and begged, but I'd stopped listening. My lawyer moved fast. I transferred assets, protected my savings, and secured the house for our children. Amina thought she could walk away with half of everything, but my preparation caught her off guard. When the court finalized the divorce, she walked out with far less than she expected. Watching her lover disappear from her life as quickly as he'd appeared only deepened her regret, but by then, I had stopped caring. The woman I married was long gone, and so was my love. Amina tried calling, texting, and even showing up at my office, but I ignored her completely. My silence became my revenge. She lost her home, her financial security, and eventually even her so-called freedom. Her affair partner ghosted her, leaving her alone and bitter. Meanwhile, I poured myself into my kids and my business, slowly reclaiming my happiness. Friends and family saw the change in me. I was stronger, calmer, and more focused than ever. She had expected me to crumble without her, but instead, I rose higher than before. My success became the reminder of what she'd lost forever. With time, the anger faded, replaced by determination. I started traveling more, meeting new people, and living the life I'd put on hold for decades. I rebuilt my body, my confidence, and my social circle. The kids and I grew closer than ever. We became each other's strength. One evening, my daughter hugged me and said, "Dad, I'm proud of you." That moment meant more than any revenge could. Amina's choices had shattered our family, but I refused to let them define us. I had lost a wife, yes, but I had gained a stronger version of myself in return. 2 years later, I ran into Amina at the mall. She looked older, tired, and completely different from the woman I once knew. She tried to smile, but I walked past. Her without a word, holding my daughter's hand. That silence said everything. It was the ultimate revenge. She had lost me, lost the family, and lost the life we'd built, all for one reckless night. Meanwhile, I had rebuilt everything she tried to destroy. My happiness, my peace, and my freedom became the punishment she never saw coming. For the first time in years, I finally felt whole again.